Hey, this is the most Nintendo Direct of all time. I'm Byron. Here's Slade.
This is Slade.
Yeah, let's talk about what we just saw, like 30 minutes ago. That Nintendo Direct that just happened.
All right, so first and foremost, I think that our predictions video is actually fairly accurate. Couple misses here and there, but
Yeah,
I think we hit a lot more than we missed, which was pretty
let's start off with
fascinating.
something that I hit. Pikmin opened up the Direct. We got a little more info about Pikmin 4. There's going to be a doggy as like one of your.
It's like they put it in Poochie from Gilligan's Island in there. That's what I thought.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But no, we both predicted that they would open with Pikmin and end with Zelda, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah. So Pikmin. Yeah, we got more info. You can now traverse water with your dog friend. And we got a release date, July 30th. So I'm pretty sure I was right on that summer release date for Pikmin. Not that bullshit May 24th.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't put it in fucking May and send it out to die.
Yeah,
definitely a smart decision.
Yeah, because there was a thing going around. Oh, Pikmin's coming out May 24th. I'm like, that's one of the stupidest release dates to have for Pikmin, or like that Friday or whatever. But yeah, so there we go.
Speaking of crazy release dates, in my opinion anyway, Advance Wars Reboot Camp finally got reintroduced. We both said it would be there.
Yep.
They did not shadow drop it today like I expected. Instead, they're waiting until April to release it.
Which was what I expected, because there was that gap. I said it during our predictions video. There was the gap where, what the fuck is Nintendo going to put in April? Like, they could have put Pikmin in April, but nah, they're dropping Advance Wars. It's actually happening. Slade, I know you're excited. You're a big Advance Wars guy, so.
Yeah, so I'm glad that they're not just putting it out to die today with little to no advertisement or fanfare. And instead, they're releasing it in 2 months. It's probably going to die anyway, regardless.
Yeah. So speaking of things that dropped hot today, let me tell you, I was surprised to see this Metroid Prime remaster. It's actually happening.
Yeah, but this is where I got one over you, Byron, because you said there's nothing Metroid Prime happening, and I'm like, nope, we're getting Metroid Prime something. It is about time. It took them, 4 years of me predicting Metroid Prime Trilogy this or Metroid Prime that. We finally got Metroid Prime on Switch.
Yeah,
holy shit.
It's remastered from the ground up with graphics upgrades, dual analog controls, like the modern day first-person shooter game should have. It's going to have other control scheme options. Digitally, it's out now. It's out right now. When you see this video, it's out now. If you want it physically, it's coming out on the 22nd.
Yeah, super exciting stuff. I am actually, my schedule tonight is going to be crazy because I don't even know what I'm going to play. Because Metroid Prime is not the only thing announced at this Direct.
Oh, yes. Today. So to the shock of me, and probably a lot of other people, we got Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. So I got the list here on my phone. So for Game Boy at launch, for Nintendo Switch Online, we're going to have Mario Land 2. The one Byron VODs, check out that playthrough, wink, wink. We got Link's Awakening, Tetris, Gargoyle's Quest, Game & Watch Collection number 3. I don't know why number 3 of all of them, but whatever. Alone in the Dark, Metroid 2, Wario Land 3, and Kirby's Dream Land. That is our launch lineup for that, with the 2 Zelda Oracle games, the Pokemon TCG game, and Kirby Tilt and Tumble coming soon for Game Boy. For Game Boy Advance, which, yes, that's also dropping. We are getting Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, WarioWare Inc., Kururin, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and the Minish Cap, Legend of Zelda, alongside Metroid Fusion, Kirby Amazing Mirror, Fire Emblem. You can, which one? Because I was like...
That's Blazing Sword in Japan. That's Fire Emblem 7. It's the prequel to Fire Emblem 6 Binding Blade.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to have you here.
Notably absent from this list of games is every single Pokemon title outside of the TCG game.
Yeah, and
which is kind of wild to me.
Yeah, and the final coming soon GBA game is F-Zero Maximum. I believe it's Maximum Velocity.
Yeah, so let's talk about the absent Pokemon titles. Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Ruby, Sapphire. Obviously, I didn't expect all the Pokemon titles included. I didn't even expect most of them.
Yeah.
But the fact that Red and Blue aren't included, to me, is just kind of why I was predicting we weren't going to see Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance titles for a long time. Because I felt like you can't have packages of, those titles and represent the Game Boy properly without having Pokemon. But to their credit, they did it anyway. And I imagine they intend to just thrive off of, remasters or remakes or whatever for all those titles. So it doesn't make sense to include them with their NSO packages.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we're maybe gonna get some of those Pokemon spin-offs, like Pokemon Pinball, for example. That's one I can think of that was on Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. But yeah, I think we're not gonna get too much of the modern Pokemon because of, like you said, we're gonna get the remakes, remasters. There's a chance we may get maybe one of the mainline Pokemon games, but even then, I think that's a long shot. But
yeah, the only hopium that you could make in this case scenario would be they just held off announcing any of the Pokemon titles for NSO for like Pokemon Day coming up or something.
Yeah,
but
that is coming
to
up.
me doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that is coming up. Yeah, which is why we didn't predict anything Pokemon happening at this Direct, because Pokemon Day, Pokemon usually marches to the beat of their own drum. They do their announcements on their own time, and yeah. So, a fact, though, with the Game Boy and Game Boy Advanced on NSO, Game Boy will be part of the base NSO subscription for $20 a year, while the GBA will be part of the expansion pass. You do also get regular Game Boy and all the other regular NSO benefits with the expansion pack. Thoughts on that?
I think it kind of sucks that the GBA is locked behind the expansion pack, but it makes sense because they need to give reasons for people to buy it outside of the disastrous release of the Nintendo 64 expansion pack releases.
To be fair, that's gotten better, and they've made the emulator better, and they fixed most of the issues a lot of people had with the emulation of the games. To be fair,
that's correct. Some of them still linger, but they are what they are.
Yeah, but,
overall, I think it's pretty cool that they're adding the GBA and the Game Boy in general.
Yeah, play some of those games. Wario Land 3, Kirby Dream Land, Metroid 2, Mario Land, Link's Awakening, Mario Advance 4, WarioWare Inc., the Oracle games. Like, play some of those. Superstar Saga. Those are some great games that are coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic games. There's also one more thing that dropped today. But that is the Octopath Traveler 2 demo.
Yep.
For the game coming out in a few weeks. So that's why I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to do tonight. Because you have Metroid Prime dropping tonight. You got the Octopath Traveler 2 demo dropping tonight. You have GBA and Game Boy Color shit dropping tonight. Like,
yeah.
They gave people who wanted immediate gratification, like something to play tonight, a lot of choices.
Yeah. But let's continue. There was more to this Nintendo Direct. We have the return of a long-forgotten Sega icon, Samba de Amigo, with Samba de Amigo Party Central that's coming in the summer. Shocked he's back. Shocked. Did not expect.
Shocked.
Last time he was in a game, I think, was Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed in 2013.
Which is crazy when you think about it. But I guess for any platform to try to take another go at like that series, I do think the Switch is that platform. So I think it makes a lot of sense in that regard. Even if it's kind of still like crazy and shocking overall, because I thought the franchise was just dead. So, good for them. We also got a lot of interesting remasters of some RPGs. Bat and Kaitos 1 and 2, as well as the Etrurian Odyssey games.
Etrurian Odyssey.
Coming to Switch.
You will be able to get each of the trio available separately, which is pretty cool, I would say.
Yeah. And I think Ben Kaidos 1 and 2 are just a package deal.
Yeah, I think it's the package. It's the package deal. Yep. Etrian, say it. I feel like I'm saying
Etrian Odyssey.
Yeah, that
You're
is coming
welcome.
out on June 1st, and
Mhm.
Baten Kaios is coming out in the summer. And speaking of things coming out soon, we got a tease, a fucking taste of the Mario Kart 8 DLC. We got a incredible looking Yoshi's Island track.
Yes,
so
good.
good.
That was the only announcement that made me kind of lose my shit a little
Absolutely.
bit. For those that don't know, Yoshi's Island is one of my favorite video games of all time. So
it's pretty good.
Like a faithful Mario Kart representation of it.
Yeah. And
it's just exciting.
Yeah, and we got a character. A new roster member is coming in Birdo. Did not expect a new character.
Yeah, because they specified when they originally released the pass that it was only going to be tracks. So the fact that we got a character was kind of out of left field. And the reason why I think the announcement of Birdo is actually even crazier than we realized is because they went out of the way to specify that Birdo's origin with the series was from Mario Kart Double Dash for the Nintendo GameCube.
Which is...
I don't know why they go out of their way to do that if they didn't plan on future returning Mario Kart characters in a similar fashion in the future.
Maybe we'll get more in this wave. Who knows?
Funky Kong?
Funky Kong? No, Diddy Kong has a better chance of returning than Funky Kong.
You never know. Funky Kong's kind of like one of the most iconic Mario Kart characters in the series.
True. He was like one of the goats. The goat in Mario Kart Wii. We got...
for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of DLC, we're getting the Splatoon 3 expansion pass with 2 different waves. We have Inkopolis coming back from Splatoon 1, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And we're getting...
Wayside Story.
Yeah. Wave 2, the side order, which I think is the Octo expansion single-player-like expansion for Splatoon 3. I could be wrong, but that's just the vibe I got from the...
No, I'm with you as well.
Little bit.
I'm under the impression we might get multiple Octo expansions, which is crazy for Xeno 3.
Yeah.
Not Xeno 3, I'm sorry. For Splatoon 3. Sorry, there's a lot of threes going on in my mind.
There is a lot of three.
Speaking of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, we got to see a new character got announced. It's kind of just whatever to me at this point, which I guess it's cool that they add new playable characters and whatnot, but the more interesting announcement was the story expansion in which they showed Shulk, an adult Rex, and an adult fucking Noah.
Yeah,
which is,
interesting.
Insane. So people who go nuts about the story of the Xenoblade games are gonna just see that and be like, wow, what the hell?
Yeah,
a lot to unpack there. So that's crazy.
Yeah, that is a lot to unpack.
To wrap up our DLC roundtable, so to speak, we also got information for Fire Emblem Engage DLC.
Yep.
Pack 2 comes out later today. It's going to come out with Hector from Fire Emblem Blazing Sword, aka just Fire Emblem in the West.
Yep.
Camilla from Fire Emblem Fates. And Soren from Fire Emblem Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn as emblems. So those characters are going to come out along with their paralog missions. So
Oh wait, isn't there a Fire Emblem Heroes character coming as well?
Yes, that's going to be for Pack 3.
Okay.
Which is going to have Veronica from Fire Emblem Heroes. She's going to have the ability to summon emblems and make them playable, which I can't see that being anything other than broken, but we'll see. But then Crom and Robin as a duo character.
Yeah, that's interesting that they're a duo. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. And then Pack 4 is going to have the story expansion. It looks like it's going to be a Fellow Dragon themed expansion. So
the major,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, the major story expansion and a few other things. To the shock of everybody, Professor Layton is coming back soon-ish.
Professor Layton makes his triumphant return.
Yep, making the triumphant return. We got a reveal of a new Magalore mode in Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Still forever sad that game will not have online multiplayer.
local multiplayer only. That was another theme of this direct. A lot of the stuff shown off only seemed to have local multiplayer enabled and not like there's no form of online multiplayer. Because there is a interesting Mickey Mouse themed Metroidvania-like game that they showed off. I think it's like Disney.
They showed it off. I think if not during a June direct last year or some June event, they showed it off in like September. I'm pretty sure though they showed it off during the partner showcase last year in June.
Yeah, but all my interest died in it when they showed off that the multiplayer was local only, which
game companies. So. It's not 2006. For fuck's sake.
The only thing I can say in defense of them is like maybe NSO is just so bad that Disney just didn't want to take a crack at it.
Yeah, because it is a Switch exclusive.
Fair enough.
By the way,
I can't argue with that.
You can't argue Kirby because Mario 3D World has online play on Switch.
That is true.
So,
but that's what you take turns and play kind of thing. It's not the same thing.
And the last thing, the most thing of all things in a Nintendo Direct is Zelda. We got more information. We got I think a minute or minute and a half long trailer with some Ganon voice acting, which was interesting.
Yeah, the Ganon voice acting was interesting, but I think ultimately, outside of showing off some of the Zelda enemies and like weird power-ups and stuff, it's still a nothing burger in terms of like a large amount of Zelda content. I'm trying to just understand, am I buying this game or not? Because like there's a lot of like they just tease a lot of like they're just short teases essentially.
Yeah, maybe they're just
and they don't show off anything substantial.
Yeah, and so we're getting a new Tears of the Kingdom Link amiibo. We are getting a collector's edition, and if you could turn your attention to this website thing that I have up, whoops, screenshot here, $70. Tears of the Kingdom is officially going to be $70.
That's right. The one prediction I made at the beginning of the year that I did not want to come true.
I didn't think they'd fucking do it. I didn't think they'd fucking do it.
Byron also made a bet here on the channel that he was like, no, there's no way it's going to happen until next gen. And I'm like, no, Nintendo sees that Sony and Microsoft are going to do it and get away with it. Why wouldn't they themselves also get in on the action?
To be fair, I thought they were going to wait a generation. I thought they were going to wait till their next system. But no, it's $70, goddammit.
Like, hell no, man. Hell yeah, they took the money.
They fucking took the money.
That's right, and everyone's going to buy it, even though it's $10 more expensive.
Yep. So yeah, it's official. $69.99.
Yeah, worst news of the Direct, in my opinion. They didn't even show it off in the Direct because they knew people would react very negatively to it.
Though there is some decent pricing news, I guess. Metroid Prime Remastered is $40.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad they're not pricing it as a fully priced game.
I thought it would be.
There's part of a trilogy in the past.
Yeah, I thought it would be 50, to be honest. But 40's lower than I expected.
40 for the best Metroid Prime game in the trilogy? Yeah, fair enough.
Yep, no Prime 4. No Silk Song. No Mario anything. So it seems like this is going to be a lighter Mario year than last year, which had 2 Mario releases. We could go a year without a retail Mario release when we have the Mario movie, which is both shocking and not shocking to a degree, I guess.
Yeah.
But
that was everything for the Direct. Honestly speaking, I thought it was a very good Direct. I would give it a solid like 8.5 out of like 10 if I had to score it.
It was fine. It was paced decently well. It didn't have a section of like, oh, please don't have like 18 farming games in a row or some shit. So it's better.
See, I actually love that shit.
That's fair. That's fair. This Direct better than the last one that we got, but I'm still pretty on it. But we are getting towards the end. So let's do a funny prediction here. Considering what we know now, what we know of Nintendo's lineup, do you think they do a Direct in the summer, or do you think they wait till fall?
Oh, because here's the thing: the latest game they have announced is in August, right?
I think no, late very very end of July with Pikmin 4.
Yeah, it's like almost August. No, one of the games they announced at the Direct was an August game, but regardless, that's not too important. The fact that late July or early August are like the latest we have information for games this year, it makes you think, golly, what are they planning for September, October, November, and December of this year?
Yeah, like, and also consider again the E3 news. What do you think? I am still going to lean towards we're not getting one. Maybe we get another partner showcase like last year.
I think we probably could get a partner showcase or something like that.
Yeah.
But I do think we get something, not necessarily in May or June, but maybe even in July.
Okay.
Or hell, we could even get an August Direct. We haven't had one of those since a Sakurai Smash presentation that was announced at like EVO or something.
Still can't believe that even happened. A Smash thing being announced at EVO? That's unthinkable now.
Yeah, but no, I definitely think that we do get some form of like announcement or presentation or something, because they have to fill up that September, October, like they have to fill up that fall and winter like slots for the year.
Well,
right?
we're gonna find out partially what fills that in like a couple of weeks with good old Pokemon.
That is true. Pokemon Day is coming up. Imagine it's like 3 weeks from now, so we'll definitely cover that.
Yep, and probably wave. I'm not gonna say wave 5, but wave 6 of the Mario Kart DLC. That's gonna probably cover that as well. But it's an interesting time all around to be a Nintendo fan with the sales numbers that released yesterday that we will get to talking to eventually this week on the show. But the Direct kind of swooped in and just took everything with it. To be honest. But yeah. Overall, I thought the Direct was okay. Personally, for me, it was way better than what we got in September. Not as hyped as what we got last February, but it was still a fine Direct with some good, decently hyped announcements. If you're a Metroid fan, your hunger has been satisfied for now. Even with no Prime 4, you're getting Prime 1. You're getting Metroid Fusion. You're getting Metroid 2. Maybe not the remake that was on the 3DS, but you're still good. Zelda fans, you're getting a couple of great Zelda games that a lot of people haven't played before. So, Mario Kart, always excited about that. And yeah, Pikmin fans, you're finally hungering again you're finally eating, not hungry.
Yeah, I mean, and then with the July release date and seemingly no major title within even 2 months of its release in terms of like Nintendo titles, there's absolutely zero reason why this game should not be successful. And if this one flops, you have to think Pikmin's dead. You have to think
Nintendo could fuck it up.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying that they can't, but I'm just saying that like it's probably more than any other game in its franchise is more set up for success than the others.
Yeah.
So you have to imagine that, like, if this game flops, they're just done with the series.
It depends on if they charge $70. Which I hope to God they don't do.
I really hope they don't either.
But yeah. Tears of the Kingdom, $70. Jesus Christ. I never thought.
Again, it's one of those ones where I really wish I wasn't right, but
yeah.
Anyways, this has been Slade.
And this has been Byron. We will talk to you all later. Bye-bye, everybody.